What's up? What's up? This is Juwan Buford. And what I want to talk about this morning is a brief conversation that I had with one of my business partners recently. And the question she asked me was, look, how are you able to consistently get up day in and day out and build your business with the vigor and the urgency that you exhibited, especially at the top of this year? And, she's seen me go through some things. She's seen some of the trials and tribulations, right? She hasn't necessarily been inside the circle, but she's been close enough to know that something I share with people all the time is look, just because you choose entrepreneurship, it does not mean the BS.com is going to stop, right? Death, disability, disappointment, shady people, errors, mistakes, et cetera, et cetera. Those things just don't go away, right? But trust me, the juice is worth the squeeze. And in respect, what I shared with her was simply this. I said, whenever I feel like I don't want to do something, and the feeling is the only reason for not doing it, I do it anyway. It's really that simple. That has been one of the biggest game changers for me. And I've always done it, but I've been hyper focused on making that decision on a daily basis. If once again, if it's a phone call, a commute somewhere, take it on a task or a project, whether it's 2 minutes, whether it's going to take me 5 hours. The bottom line is that the only reason why I don't want to do it is because of a feeling. I just pause for about zero point 0.5 seconds and I just say, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway. I've made sure that the board of directors in my life are my values, my principles, and the people and things that matter most. And if that decision is going to get me closer to those goals, if it's going to satisfy my board of directors, right, my goals, my values, my principles, the people and things that matter most to me, then I go ahead and I take action. And it's really simple as that. When you're smart and intelligent, if you're a thinker, right? Oftentimes you will talk yourself out of things. I know I certainly will. Right. I'll start analyzing the angles. I'll start analyzing and trying to project 5 months out, 5 hours out, 5 years out. Right. And I'll start just trying to decide whether or not the good side or the bad side weighs more. Right. I'll start playing around with the scales. And you'll talk yourself out of things the majority of the time. The bottom line is our minds are programmed to help us to avoid pain and discomfort. And 9 times out of 10, if you are just deliberating over something, and the only reason why you deliberate over it is because you feel a certain type of way about it, that's typically you just trying to avoid discomfort, right? And I know, and I think everyone listening in knows that your success is ultimately found in your comfort zone, right? So that was the first thing I shared with my partner. The next thing I shared was simply this, and I think anyone who's involved in marketing and sales, we all deal with it to one extent or another, right? And she was having difficulty following up with people. So she would share our value prop. She would let people in the ecosystem know what it is that we're doing. And for whatever reason, wouldn't follow up. And so I began to ask questions as to why you wouldn't follow up. Is it because you were scared of the person's response? Is it because you felt like you didn't have the bandwidth for time? Um, and of course, we know there's no such thing as time management, just priority management. But that's another talk for another time. What's it all about? And what I uncovered is that she was concerned about the outcome. She was concerned about whether or not the person would say yay or nay. She asked me, "Aren't you concerned?" I said, "No, not one iota." When I'm out here in the marketplace sharing what it is that I do, look, I think there's only a couple things in life that's more important than what I do. I'm just gonna be so transparent. It's not being pompous. I just believe it. Okay. I believe your faith, the person you marry. I believe your credit score. And I believe our services, what we do in terms of helping business owners level up, equipping with the tools to grow and scale, and helping families protect themselves legally. We live in a democratic republic. We live in a land of laws. And the bottom line is, if you are not able to navigate that system effectively, I'm gonna make sure you're on the right side of the fence and make sure your interests are protected. We are not playing flag football out here in life. Okay, we're playing rugby. And if you don't have your bases covered, if you're not moving correctly, sooner or later, somebody is gonna come up and knock your teeth out. That's what I believe. Okay. And you sit back and watch long enough, you see it clear as day. And quite frankly, if you have these things in order, right? Your faith, the person you marry, or the person you spend the most time with, um, you have your finances right, particularly, you have a solid credit profile, and you have access to the services we provide. I believe it gives you a huge advantage. I think it determines the car you drive, the neighborhood you live in, the food you eat, the vacations you take, or whether or not you can sleep easy at night. Stress kills. And that's what I firmly believe. And so, because I believe that much about what it is that I do, and this is what I wanted to drive home to her, and this is hopefully what I'm driving home to you, because I believe so ardently in what it is that we do, and that it's so important that I don't care about the outcome. My only responsibility is just to introduce you to what it is that we do, to ask the questions I need to ask. The primary skill set is to ask the questions I need to ask, edify in a way that I need to edify, simply to get someone to take a look. But once I've done that, once you've been educated about what we do, it is not my responsibility to make sure that you make a smart decision to invest in yourself. It's not my decision. I did what I was supposed to do. So if you catch that L, you catch that L. And that's how I ardently feel about it, right? I want to see everybody win. Everybody's invited, but not everybody deserves. And not everybody deserves because of the decisions that people make. Straight up, right? At a certain point, when you reach a certain age, unless you've been disadvantaged in some horrific ways, you are, at the end of the day, a product of decisions that you make. And so if people don't decide to invest in themselves, that's not my cross to bear. I did what I was supposed to do once again, right? And that's the attitude I have. And that's why I'm so willing to not only share what it is we do, but follow up with someone. I don't mind a no. Matter of fact, I prefer a no over a maybe any day of the week, right? You know what I'm talking about. You have those people who say, well, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll take action to change my life a day from now, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. Let's be on standby. Keep following up with me. No, I'm not doing that. You about to get placed in CRM. You're going to get placed in some type of automated tool. I'm not doing that. All I want is a no or a yes. I don't do maybes. And I'm indifferent, once again, about the result. I know I have a service and a product where 30% of individuals who learn about it will use it, and will patronize it. So I just look for the 30%. It's kind of like flipping over cards. If I know I have 10 cards in my hand, playing cards in my hand, and I know there are three aces in there, I'm not going to deliberate over the deuce, the 7 to 10, the joker, the king, the queen. I'm looking for the ace. So all I'm doing is turning over the cards, sharing the value prop, right? One card. That person's not interested. Two card. That person not interested. Three card. That person not interested. Five card. That person interested. Okay, let's build together. Next set of cards, right? That's all I'm doing. And that's what I'd encourage you to do. And if you can have that belief in your mission, your purpose, your value prop, what you're bringing to the table and how you're changing people's lives, it becomes very easy to get over that hurdle of following up with individuals, because you're not attached to the outcome. Be married to the process, right? Good or bad, be married to the process. I'll be transparent. I'm in the middle of a slump right now. I am. I've been doing crazy activity. Those who are working in my accountability group, those who are working with me personally, you know what I'm talking about. I've been doing the activity and having some success. But what I do understand, because I'm married to the process, snowflakes turn into snowballs, right? And in 20 years, I'm confident, after 20 years of being in business, starting up multiple business endeavors, failing and succeeding, that snowflakes truly turn into snowballs. Assume you got a good value prop, you have strong belief, and you have the right influences around you. So with that being said, I hope this serves you. Celebrate success in advance. Goodbye for now.